Hey, happy Saturday. All right, everybody. Hey, blessings of light and love. Namaste, Sat Nam. So stoked that you're here. Hey, look at my name's Danny, and welcome to the channel, you guys. Hey, look at something I wanted to talk about today is I want to tell you a little story about something that was trippy that I did, right? So when I was in prison, I got into meditation because I spent time in the hole and just, I read these little books, and meditation was something super cool. So when I got into recovery, there's this part in recovery that talks about prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God, the universe, higher power. So I'm like, I've always heard about this weird 11-day silent meditation in the desert, right? I've always heard about that. And so I looked it up and I signed up for it. I said, hey, yeah, I'm willing to do this thing, 11 days in the desert, improve my meditation practice. Super down, right? Well, I didn't hear nothing for like 3 months. All of a sudden I got an email that said, you've been accepted to the Vipassana Center for the 11-day silent meditation. And I'm like, great. It said, these are the rules. There's no writing. Don't bring a journal or a pen. There's no reading, no exercising, and no talking. There will be no talking for 11 freaking days, just a silent meditation. And each day is mapped out that you get up, you eat at 6 a.m., and then you eat at 11 a.m., and the rest of the day you can have an apple and an orange and a banana. You're also to report to the meditation hall for an hour-and-a-half meditation 3 times a day. And if you want to do anything, you can either go back to your little cabin and meditate some more, or you can do this little quarter-mile track in the desert, and you can walk that. So walk and meditation, and I'm like, okay, that's going to be great. So I show up to the place, they do the little orientation, and then the next day we go into noble silence. No talking for anyone that's there. So in a couple days, it was just getting my bearings, doing the meditation, cool. So day 4, the little bell went off, and then it's like, okay, wake up time. So I get outside, and I chose to watch the sunrise. And all of a sudden, I'm just feeling this energy, this craziness, like sights and sounds and smells, and like I'm very vibrant. And I go out and I watch this sunrise. And the sun is just cresting, and it's getting a little bit brighter, and it's just getting ready to peek over the mountain, and I can feel like my heart is connected to this freaking sun. It's like, the brighter it got, the more my heart was uplifted, and then all of a sudden it peeked over the first rays of the morning peeked over the mountains, and I was like, that's amazing. This is the best sunrise I've ever seen. I've never seen it like this. And then we go into the chow hall. And I go into the chow hall, and they serve this food. And I'm sitting down, just all my senses alive. And I'm eating this oatmeal. And then I'm eating this banana. And I'm eating these dates. And I'm like, this is the most delicious thing I've ever had in my entire freaking life. And I get into the meditation hall, I sit down on my cushion, and right about 10 or 15 minutes into it, I could just feel myself lifting and lifting and lifting. And I'm looking down, and I'm like, am I levitating? Like, what the hell is happening? It felt like I was levitating. And that hour and a half went by so fast. And then all day long, I'd walk my little track, and I'd smell the smells of the desert. I could smell the cactus and the mesquite, and I could feel the sand. I was just so in this freaking moment all day, and I went to bed full of just gratitude. Day 5, the little bell goes off at 4:30, and I'm like, I am tired. It's early. And I'm like, okay, well, throw some water on my face, get out there, watch the sunrise. And I walked out to watch the sunrise, and I'm standing there. How long does it take for the sun to rise? And the sun peeks over the freaking mountains, and like, I got nothing. I'm like, okay, let's go eat. So I go into the chow hall, and like, I'm eating this stuff, and I'm like, this is the same shit we ate yesterday. And they have a different menu. And then I went into the meditation hall, and I sit down for my meditation, and like 10 minutes into it, like my leg is cramping, and I can't sit still, and I'm trying to zone into this thing. And then I peek my eye open, and I see other people tapping out. They're tapping out. They're leaving. And I'm like, okay, I tried it. I'm here, I tried it. Hey, let me get my phone back, and I'm gonna bounce, and I can see myself doing all this stuff. Like, let me get my phone back, I'm out of here, I'm gonna call, and just get out of here. I stayed all freaking day. I walked those freaking laps, my leg was cramping, and I'm like, I can't keep walking these laps. I wanted to tap out at every freaking moment. I stayed all 11 days. The next days, it was flip-flopping back and forth. The greatest takeaway is this. You know what the difference between day 4 and day 5 was? Nothing. There was no difference between day 4 and day 5. I was eating the same stuff, going to the same thing, walking the same laps in the same place, in the same spot in freaking life. There was no difference between day 4 and day 5. None. The only difference was my mind and my heart. The way I perceived this place that I was in life. I didn't want to have a shitty day 5. I didn't want to freaking bounce. I didn't want to fill myself up with negativity. I didn't want to look at this wonderful place like it was a bunch of shit and I'm ready to get the hell out of here. I didn't want to do none of that stuff, but I was filling myself up with this weird fucking negativity, and it was attacking me that this place, I need to get out of here. You know what the difference is between yesterday and today? Nothing. There's no difference between we're people on this freaking floating rock in space and we're freaking doing stuff. We're awake, we're doing stuff. There's no difference. The difference is the way you think and the way that you feel. Be aware of this. We don't see the world as it actually is. We see the world how we are. When we're full of our demons, our shames, our fears, our guilt, our insecurities, our freaking pride and ego, when we're filled with that, it attacks us. And it makes the greatest opportunities in front of us look like a bunch of shit, or we won't even see the opportunities. But when we can fill ourselves up with gratitude, joy, happiness, fulfillment, it doesn't matter. You could be grateful for $5. Anything could be grateful because all we have is the present moment. All we have is today. Are we treating today like shit with our minds and our hearts? Or are we looking at what's right in life? What is right with your life? We have a bad habit of looking at what's wrong. We need to fix everything. Let's look at what's right with life. Awareness is the key. The difference between today and yesterday, there's no difference. It's just what we think. And then looking at yesterday, if it was hard, difficult, fearful, and frustrating, that was a great day because you overcame it. So hold on to that. Know that you were a survivor. Know that you're freaking capable of great things. You're capable of overcoming every adversity that's ever happened in your life. Hold on to that because that is what's right with your life. You have no idea how strong you really are. This life is extraordinary. Release the negativity, release those things, the anger, the shame, and the guilt, and the fear. Release those things. 2 things people have been doing for thousands of years to improve their spiritual condition: prayer and meditation. People that pray all the time know that it's great. People that meditate all the time know that it's awesome to plug into the spirit of the universe. People that don't do it at all, question it. Don't question it. Just do what the winners are doing. All right, you guys, that's all I got. And have a wonderful, amazing day. Namaste. Blessings of light and love. We'll see you guys next Saturday at 9 o'clock. All right. Like, subscribe, and put any questions or comments in the thing below, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Thank you, guys. Love you.